The deputy thought that was funny. "Relax," he said. "Relax, relax," Scarta muttered. "What's this?" The deputy spoke while watching the action unfold through his rear view. A red Honda Accord came up fast until it was hard on his bumper, swung wide despite the double yellow line, and passed him on the left. He laughed as it pulled ahead. "A blonde," he said. "Some blonde bimbo driving. Who else would be dumb enough to pass a police car illegally, and look at this? She's going 15 miles over the speed limit. If it weren't for you two, I'd have me some fun." "Don't mind us," I said. A moment later, I could feel the car surge forward. Itasca County was in the process of retiring its fleet of Ford Crown Victoria police interceptors in favor of the more economical Dodge Charger the deputy was driving. If he had put the pedal to the metal, as the cowboys say, there would have been no contest. I saw Olson's eyes flicker down and to his right, and for a moment I thought he might be running the blonde's license plate on his onboard laptop. But then he sighed deeply, the Charger slowed, and he brought his full attention back to the road. "Protocols," Olson said. He spoke as if it were the saddest word in the English language. The Accord followed the highway into a sweeping curve and disappeared from view. A few seconds later, however, we caught up to it. The red car was fishtailing in the lane, and my first thought was that it blew a tire and the driver was trying to bring it back under control. The red taillights flared, and the car pulled to the side of the road and stopped, its nose on the shoulder, its rear on the highway, blocking us. The deputy brought the Charger to a halt several car lengths behind the Accord and watched intently. "What the hell is she doing?" he asked. Forget what you've seen on TV and in the movies about inattentive guards who regularly ignore barking dogs, sudden unexplained noises, and the odd behavior of complete strangers. In reality, most are trained to react, hell overreact, to anything out of the ordinary, and they are never, ever taken out by a single punch or karate chop. The deputy, however, wasn't one of them. When the blonde stepped out of the Accord, he smiled brightly, showing all his teeth. I didn't blame him. She was wearing the longest hair, shortest skirt, and highest heels I had ever seen. She tottered toward us, carrying a highway map that hit her chest. "You've got to be kidding me," Olson said. He put the Charger in park, opened his door, and slid out. "Lady, what are you thinking?" The lady dropped the map. She was carrying an M26 taser gun. She squeezed the trigger and 2 barbed electrodes exploded from the bright green nose, embedding themselves into the deputy's chest and flooding his body with 50,000 volts, all before the map fluttered to the ground. The deputy's muscles locked up. He fell to the pavement like a square of shingles tossed from the roof of a 2-story house. The woman dropped the taser, kicked off her heels, and went quickly to the deputy's side. She squatted next to him, her short skirt riding up high on her thighs, and searched his pockets for the key to the handcuffs. She took the key, removed the Glock from the deputy's holster, and padded purposely in bare feet to the Charger, where she found the latch that unlocked the back door. She moved as if every step had been carefully choreographed. I slid out of the back seat and turned around. The woman unlocked the cuffs and gave me both the key and the Glock. I shoved the Glock between the waistband of my scrubs and the small of my back and followed her to the deputy. Olson was just starting to regain his senses as I cuffed his wrists behind his back. He said, "Huh? What?" while the woman and I dragged him to the patrol car. "What are you doing?" Scarta wanted to know. His mood had switched from depressed to manic just like that. "What's going on? Is this an escape? Are you trying to escape?" His eyes were bright with the possibility even as he flattened against the far door. "Take me with you." We ignored him, shoving the deputy inside. Scarta swung his legs up and away to give us room. The deputy shook off our hands and turned painfully until both his knees were planted on the floor of the car and his torso was folded over the back seat. His forehead was pressed against the hard vinyl, as if he were using it to push himself upright. "Stop this! Stop it right now," Olson said. I slammed the door shut. "Luck," the woman said. It was the only word she had spoken during the seconds, yes, seconds it took to disarm the deputy. She gathered her shoes and ran to the Honda Accord. A moment later, she was motoring down the highway at a speed that invited arrest. I slid behind the wheel of the Charger, shut the door, and put the vehicle in gear. "You'll never get away with this, Dyson," the deputy said. His voice was hoarse and low. "What did you say?" I asked. I accelerated down Highway 169 until I was going the speed.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.